Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Boom Bar. My name is Shola Rogers.
And my name is Adeleke. You know, the one and only. Jealousy is the root of evil. How did they used to sing that song?
That's not. If that's how she sang it, you think people would have listened to it?
I don't care.
If you listen to Boom Radio at night, you will hear the original version. All right, they're talking about the original version. This is the original version of the Boom Bar right here on your Boom Radio NG. Someone asked me a question over the weekend. Why don't you put those bottles on the table anymore? I said we put them bottles on the table for 3 years, baby.
Pay for it. And
but if you were looking for bottles, just look back there. There are bottles there. But you can bring your own product and have it branded.
Don't worry. I'll put it on my head, safe.
Trust me. We can even tattoo it.
No.
Why are you always so serious? Let me ask you.
No.
Someone cannot even crack ordinary tattoo joke now.
No, let us crack jokes with tattoos.
What's wrong with tattoos? You don't like tattoos.
I don't have a problem with tattoos. Funny enough, I actually plan on getting one though.
So what is the
no? I ain't tattooing anybody's name or anybody's brand on my body. That's it. Put it out there.
If the price is right.
Nope.
Like, see me, I'm very cheap. You have brand now. Just give me like $1 million. See, tattoo like this.
$1 million. $1 million. We can keep it on that.
Oh, I said if the price is right, you see your life. You see your life. Black market, that's 500 and something million. If you go to CBN, that's 400 and something million naira.
You realize
life-changing money.
That I have some respiratory issues.
I will take 10% and pay my tithe. But you see the tithe, I will spread it. I won't pay it to one church. 40 something million. Calm down. So I just give my church like 50%.
Wow.
Then I'll now share the other 50% to other churches. You still
just to show that I'm here.
No, just to show that I'm spreading the love of my tattoo business. Then the remaining 400 million people like you that are in my life, my amazing people. I will just give all of them like 1 million. They just go and spend it. Just spend it. Spend it. Though. If you don't finish it, don't talk to me. You show me proof that you spent it, then I'll now establish business for everybody. Then I'll now blow Boom Radio up like all this skyscraper. And maybe buy half of Banana Island.
Wow. That
Sujimoto guy that is building tall house. I will buy a house there now.
Oh, cool. I don't want your building here. Carry your building.
No, I like his building. I will buy a house there. Inside this is my $1 million.
I have nothing to say to you. Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We wish you a warm welcome from here, the studios of Boom Radio. This is the Boom Bar. If you're just joining us for the very first time,
where have you been? You didn't see that coming.
Okay. I'm very sorry for that.
I'm not.
We actually welcome you. We're really nice, calm people. That I cannot explain. I'm very sorry.
That's not an outburst. That's an expression of love.
That I cannot explain.
Where have you been?
I have nothing to say.
All our lives.
That one, I don't know about. I don't know about it.
Okay, but there's something that
the rest of Boom Radio, we don't know about.
There's something that she knows about and that we all know about and that we really do love and appreciate you guys for. Is the fact that the Boom Bar is a 1 hour show that talks music, sports,
entertainment, gossip,
politics,
everything. Just
then after all of that, everything in between.
Anything else you can think of in between, and we do that over drinks, with our cups. And see, this year, one of my New Year resolutions, even though I don't have some, but there are some things that I decided I'm going to add to my New Year resolutions, is calling people out.
So how are you
people that offend me
going to be talking resolutions now?
Excuse me.
I thought you don't do resolutions.
But this one is a resolution that I planned and I will continue to do.
Isn't that hypocritical?
See you people. See me, I am reduced to a red plastic cup. Over there, for people that can see that cup, I used to have until it was stolen by somebody. The thief's name, I'm putting it out there, is Shubomi.
AKA Balogun.
AKA Balogun. it was one that stole it. So.
And it's not the one that owns
Banco.
No,
not that one.
It's not Babao.
Not that one. The big head that you see around here a few times.
The talk room.
Shubomi, yeah, stole it. I said it. This year, I'm not hiding anybody's ills and sins. I've just put it out there. Let's move on.
Please be calming down.
I'm just moving on. We're moving on.
So Shubomi Balogun, you have now become popular as a World Cup thief.
As a cup thief. That's it.
So, but guess what, guys? We really appreciate the fact that we are able to do this on a daily. We do not take you guys for granted. It's always a pleasure to be here.
It's amazing. It's amazing stuff.
Not only do we talk all of these things that we do, we also try to prefer solutions. We try to fact check, because these are things that are lacking now in today's media. The media is doing an amazing job, but we can do better. And I'm talking about everybody across board.
Everybody.
We can do better.
I think it also is what, not just the prestige around it, is also what brings the credibility. That we know that once a particular person is reporting something, you're reporting it with objectivity,
facts and figures.
People are sure to go back there because they know that whatever you're putting out is the real thing. So there's a lot of things to talk about. There's a lot of things talking about economy, the court. A lot of issues at the court are in the news. There's a lot of sports in the news. Yesterday, there's a lot of football. Of course, we know that AFCON is still going on. Even though I don't know if it is just a Nigerian thing or an African thing or it's a world thing. But even on a lot of international media, I know there's a lot of reportage when it comes to AFCON. It's almost like the Premier League, all these club leagues are almost on pause when it comes to, because actually see, I did not expect this much talk about it, good or bad. Actually, there's a lot of reportage when it comes to it. Also, Australian Open has begun after all the drama that has happened,
and of
back
course,
and forth,
one or two upsets here and there, tough games have been played.
tough games and all that. A lot of things are happening. So you know what, I think that we should just dive right into it.
Yes, and before we dive right into it, I just saw a tweet.
Oh, please go ahead.
It's not related to what we're talking about, but let me just quickly put it out there.
Okay.
I hope you're going to note this. So, there is going to be gubernatorial elections in Osun State soon.
Yeah.
Sometime this year.
Yes.
And there are two major parties in Nigeria.
APC and PDP.
And PDP. In the PDP in Osun State, Demola Adeleke, a senator.
Yeah, he's going head to head, I think, with his nephew or something.
Yes. And the funny thing about it is that two cousins, we're talking about uncle and nephew.
Nephew, yeah.
Now, two cousins, Davido, and the person contesting against Demola Adeleke. His name is Dele. I've been at each other's.
Yeah, I saw the news last week. I think Davido was trolling him on Twitter or something. Yes, I saw that.
He has trolled him again just 21 minutes ago.
Okay.
And I'm going to read the tweet from Davido.
Oh, okay.
And he actually did not. He put the guy's act there. He mentioned him.
Okay.
He said, "Wonderful. Me, I finished university with a 2-1. But it is now cousin Dele who struggled to get a 2-2 that is now forming intellectual. Intellectual that has not succeeded in building one single thing in his life on his own. This life, Oshun, beware of fakes."
You know the funny thing, okay, two things that I'm sorry if I'm not saying it's not funny. It's just, I just have like a diverse.
No, look. It's a bar. It's a
divergent view to two things.
Okay, please go ahead.
First thing, I think that if you're trolling your own cousin and your uncle too, I think it looks like there is a major divide in your family, which, as much as we might think is family matters, I don't think is very wonderful for politics' sake. One, two. If you're talking about someone that he went to school. And even that Davido's 2-1 self.
That's not the bone of contention.
Anyway, that's not the bone of contention. But okay, so finished. So he's actually admitting that this person finished with 2-1 and all that.
2-2.
2-2, yeah. That's a second class lower. But remember, this is uncle that he's on his side. There has been cases back and forth, or even him producing, is it a primary school certificate or something? The
uncle, I think, eventually went back to school.
He had to go back to write.
In America,
so he's done. Like guy, if you're going to be trolling things, like, and I know that Davido is like really into like that his uncle wanted to be governor and all that.
Yeah.
So if you're going to use the angle of someone not finishing with a very good grade, you're citing someone that his qualification alone is already questioned.
Yeah, he's got issues with that.
So what exactly are you
on about?
And I think that it's just really, are you saying whatever issues that they have, they don't have older ones, parents that can really, you have to carry your family matter to social media? I think it's very childish.
I won't say it's childish, but again, isn't it amazing that close relatives, not distant relatives, are going...
They're actually first cousins.
Yeah, they're going at each other for a political seat.
For me, cousin and nephew and uncle. Shouldn't you have sorted your issues in the family house and say, okay, this person that is going, this person...
I saw the interview of Adeleke, that is the nephew. Sounds very smart. Sounds very intelligent.
And I think he's the son to the other brother that died.
Sherubawan?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's possible because his dad used to own that seat that his uncle went for. Okay, I'm getting it now. But the thing is, Adeleke sounded very, very smart to me when I saw him.
You might even finish with a 2-2 doesn't mean that you're not smart.
People finish with third class and they're better than people that have...
There are people that are dropouts that are actually amazing, like really smart.
There are people that didn't even go to university and they're smarter than you with your masters.
Tell that to Mark Zuckerberg. Like, seriously.
So let's put the paper qualification aside.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I'm like.
I think it was just him throwing shades at the guy, right? But... again, my thing is, I listen to the guy and I'm like, this guy sounds smart. I like him.
Yeah.
I like Demola Adeleke. I know Demola Adeleke one-on-one at least.
I don't like him.
I like him. I like him.
He's not a dancing senator.
Yes. I like him. He's actually a jolly good fellow.
Yeah, it looks like it's all about the fun.
You know, but he wants to serve. You know, you get. Okay, but this is why I'm actually saying that. The thing is, if they continue like this, they're going to hand that ticket to the APC
exactly
on a platter of gold.
That's what I'm saying, that it's not good for politics. It's not.
But the good thing is that
the APC only one of them major issues.
Only one of them can get the ticket.
You think?
Oh no, in the PDP.
Remember Ogun State?
No, wait. In the PDP.
Remember Ogun State? The governorship aspirant.
I'm not done. I'm still trying to establish something.
Okay.
Only one of them can get the PDP ticket, no matter what anybody says. If it's Demola Adeleke, if it's Dele Adeleke, or any other person in the PDP that gets it, that's where I'm going. That when the APC set up whatever they are setting up and they settle themselves or not, only one person can get the APC ticket.
Okay.
Now, what makes an election really, really competitive and successful is that the people who lose within the party are supposed to support the person who wins. Now, in this scenario that we're looking at, I don't see how, if Dele gets the ticket, I don't see how Demola Adeleke will support him. If Demola Adeleke gets the ticket, I don't see how Dele Adeleke will support him. That's the point I'm trying to establish, that only one person can get it.
I get what you're saying.
And the next person will not support him.
But all I'm also saying is that, remember in Ogun State, even as there were two primaries, there were two governorships. In the PDP.
At the last general election.
Yes, there were actually two different governorship, even after the primaries.
Okay.
The only reason why
you're only about to prove the point that I was making. So
the only reason why that matter did not escalate was because the PDP did not win. which we know that was already horrible.
Then what happened? What happened? One PDP person that got the ticket, only one of them did. The other one, what did he do? Supported the opposition. That's my point.
What I'm trying to say is that
at the end of the day, only one person
they came up with posters, even right here. 2 of them at the same time.
Dolupo,
after primaries had ended,
contested the gubernatorial election on the ticket of the PDP in Ogun State.
Both of them did.
Only one.
Because at the end of the day, you're voting for the party.
Do you want to Google it to confirm? Only one person can contest. INEC will not give 2 people their ticket now. Only one person. The point I'm making, I don't care about who did. I don't care about who got it. I'm saying
I get what you're saying.
What happens is that
it's the ideal thing. Well, we see a lot of nonsense that happens back and forth.
In politics, people will go against themselves. Even in America, Hillary Clinton went against a couple of people, yeah? Mm-hmm. Then she won the ticket to contest as the Democratic candidate. Mm-hmm. The other people in her party supported her.
And that's the ideal thing.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Why Nigeria?
Even in Nigeria, no.
What I'm saying is that that's what it should be.
Even in Nigeria.
But it doesn't happen that way.
It does. But when things get bad, people will switch. Even in Nigeria, it did that. Okay, look. When Buhari got the first ticket, all the people that contested against him worked for him.
It was anyway. I just don't know how.
My point again, because whatever you said just supported what I was trying to say. By the time whoever gets this ticket gets it, the amount of bad blood that they have, will see them work against each other. And the APC will win again. That's what they are doing. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I don't know.
That's the point. That's why even in Ogun State, it was glaring that if you talk to the people on the street, of course, because we are on air, we need to be careful the kind of things we say.
Yeah.
But if you talk to the people on the street, if you go and look at the result, you'll find that people in the PDP supported a certain candidate of the APC. Meanwhile, in the APC, in the APC in Ogun State at the last election, a few of their own people created another party.
Oh my God!
They joined another party.
See, Nigeria politics is wonderful.
You think it's this thing that people are just tweeting about or writing on Facebook?
Nigerian politics
in Nigeria is very dynamic.
You know how just before we came on, the video that you were showing me, of how less than 30 people became 35 plus 72.
Oh yeah,
we'll be fine. I'm still talking about politics since we're like on that angle. Yeah, the Yobe State governor and the chairman of the caretaker committee of the APC has officially announced that the national convention is officially February 26th.
Yeah, the handwriting on the wall is that there are a lot of issues in the APC. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the governors had to actually put their foot down, because they're a very strong bloc in the party. And we heard about all the other things that are happening and why there are issues here and there. Mm-hmm. The other registration process that they went through and the, because leading up to the convention, you have to start from the ward. It's a long process.
It's a very long one.
We know that there are definitely issues, but because it's a big party, they tell you, that's why these things happen, that is all part of democracy. I only hope that for their own sake, that they have covered all the bases, because this might make or break the party. 26th of February will show if APC is going to survive another 4 years. Or not.
It's a very...
On the flip side of that, I would not support a large gathering of people during COVID-19 times, because I have come to believe now that we as a people do not observe those protocols.
No, we don't.
All caution is thrown to the wind. You see, they're going to make a show of it. They'll screen people at the entrance.
And then that's it.
They'll give them sanitizers, and they'll tell them to wear their mask. But as soon as they get into the venue of the convention, it's over. if only they can actually, and I'm using this to call them out, so that when they get to their convention, they should insist that throughout the convention, people must wear their protective shield and their mask. You know, that's a super spreader. You are having that kind of event.
You can imagine
it's a super spreader. People, you know, a lot of backslapping, a lot of hugging, and handshakes and stuff. A lot of horse trading will happen at the convention. You get. Again, I hope that the COVID-19 protocols will be duly observed. 2, security has to be top-notch. Those are the things that I hope that they can factor in. But being the party at the center, I hope that those
things will,
bring it to bear.
Easier, yeah. And still talking about a bit of politics, or would I say national issues. The House of Representatives, we know that the House of Representatives and the Senate have officially resumed today from their end of year break. And the House of Representatives has said that they would commence the process of the amendment of the Electoral Bill today. And we know that why we're still back on the issue is basically because the president had given reason, or has given a major reason for not signing the Electoral Bill last year. And basically he was talking about the direct primaries, about giving people options, which I agree with. A lot of people don't. A lot of people are saying that you either veto it or you or they just agree with what the president is saying. I, for one, I feel that it's not like they're changing anything. It's just telling you, just give options.
Democracy, the simple definition that we all came to learn and actually respect, and in some cases love, it says government by the people, for the people.
And of the people.
You get?
Yes.
When you start to put some clauses in place and stuff,
like
it's no longer
the idea is
democratic.
Exactly. The idea of a democratic government is options. That's the point. That's really the main basis of.
Exactly. So I really do feel that we shouldn't force people. I was watching the Channels TV round table. What did I call it earlier? What was that village meeting thing called again?
Town hall meeting.
Town hall. Thank you for that. So I was watching that, and one of the people they brought is like a leader of the other parties. Those parties have a group.
Third Force movement.
Not necessarily third force. There's something
COP.
Yeah, something like They have a group.
Coalition of something. I remember.
And there's several parties there.
Yeah, there's.
And the man said one thing. He said, all through the process of coming up with the draft for this new electoral law, that nobody consulted them. If you're saying that you want parties in Nigeria, you're not saying you want APC and PDP. You're saying parties, and there are over 70 registered parties in Nigeria. So you're taking the opinion of 2 parties, at max 3
maybe
or
3.
4. APGA maybe and
APGA.
Maybe Labour or whatever you get. 3, 4, 5. Yeah. The other 60-something parties don't count to you, and it shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be. That's not democratic. No matter how small they are.
And the man made something very cogent. He made a cogent point that how do you expect the people that you didn't consult to just take this law hook, line, and sinker? Did you ask them if they have the capacity to conduct these direct primaries? Did you ask them if it works for them? He said that there is even a case in court that they tried direct primaries in one state, and it has led to a court case, and the case is still in court. So now this man is not necessarily supporting the president's own withdrawal of his assent. That
you people options.
And that is my point when I said government by the people, for the people, and of the people. You are supposed to give us options that are robust. not to box
everybody
people into a corner. To say they must have direct
primaries. And I think that I don't know what the angle of the senators and the House of Representatives, what they're driving at, or what their ulterior motive is. I'm like,
if any,
I didn't even think it was supposed to be an option. Because when they were going...
You think it was supposed to be an option or a clause?
I didn't even think there was supposed to be a change in that clause, because it's basically just giving people options. And we know that primaries, it all depends on the party. It's all about the party. All INEC does at the point of primaries is just observation. So, meaning it is not my business. If I'm not the member of a party, it's not my business what that party does with their primaries. We can decide to have a unanimous candidate. We can decide to have primaries, indirect primaries. We can decide to pick. The eyes have it. All the best. As long as before the stipulated date that INEC has, you have a candidate that everybody agrees with. And that's it.
Now, love him or hate him. Professor Jega was the former chairman of INEC. And he conducted some amazing...
elections. He was the very first person to bring President Buhari in.
Well, he supervised the election that brought Buhari in. He didn't bring Buhari in. So, it was at this round table. It was at this town hall meeting. And he made some very powerful points. Very, very interesting points. We know that for you to conduct these direct primaries, you must have a register of parties.
There's a lot of things. About a lot of things that, even according to INEC, you must have.
So, how many of these parties
have those things in place already?
In truth, how many of them have a full register of their members that will not disenfranchise people who will say, okay, I'm joining your party and I also want to be a part of the direct primaries? How do you prove that the people who show up to the stadium or whatever venue that you choose are all real members or card-carrying members of your party? We saw a video of a PDP Congress / primaries / whatever, where someone, we need to share this video. We really need to share this video.
Oh my God!
Was counting.
People will not kill me.
Was counting delegates. It was direct primaries now. Was counting people who came to vote, and the man, there were 15 or 16 people on the line.
No, there were like close to 30.
No, the first line or second line? Which one?
Both.
Okay, I will defer to her. Then we'll watch this video again. So there were 30 people on the line. And the man counted back and forth. Because I know they were not up to 30, but I will defer. And they had that number. And the man counted from the beginning to the end. And he counted the same people back to the front. And he rounded up and said that they had 45 people. Of course, they didn't have that much. By the time he was counting the second line, he rounded up and said 30 something plus 70 something. And where did the 72 come from? The first line you counted, you are stopped at double the number of people who were there. And this is what actually happens at all these primaries. And that was direct. That's not even delegate system. That one is direct. Because if it was a delegate system, they will go and vote in a box and they would be accredited. Even in the same, and this video is alleged to have been recorded in Ekiti State. In the same Ekiti State, the APC Congress, the last one that they had, that brought Governor Fayemi in, there was chaos. And it was a delegate system.
Like I said, Nigerian politics
it was a delegate system.
Different.
So,
completely different.
At what point in time do we realize that it's not about direct primaries, it's actually about the way we conduct the elections things, and the way we also decide to be a part of these things. Are you really trying to get the right result, or you're just trying to manipulate
the system. I get you.
So direct or indirect primaries does not confirm that we're having a free and fair election. It doesn't.
It doesn't at the end of the day. Yeah. It's very, very funny. Before we move off that, so I just saw something that popped out now, that a particular writer said that former governor of Lagos State, Tinubu's real name is Amuda Shongodele.
Wow, nice name.
I'm like, okay.
It's no longer Rashidi. They used to call him one time. They said his real name is Rashidi something.
Okay. Anyway,
who has said this?
Okay. No, this is on. I just read this now on Sahara Reporters. Sorry, just closed it up.
Shame
now.
on you, actually.
Okay, this is a Buhari Olarewaju Ahmed. This is a write-up on Sahara Reporters.
Look, let me tell you something, or let me say something. I'm not telling you. Whatever name that Bola Tinubu had before, or has now, or didn't have, or they claim he had, is not the issue.
It's not the issue. That's it. Like,
the issue is, who do you want as your next president? Look, I see people saying a lot of things, and they are entitled to, because there's freedom of expression. But my little advice is, rather than attack one candidate, there are about 12 people who have declared that they want to be president of Nigeria now. Rather than attack one of that 12, focus that energy on promoting your own candidate. That might just be the game changer. You will continue to do what you did that made Buhari president.
At the end, like, it's a lot more focused on
they
went
as far as shooting a documentary that was titled "The Lion of Bodilon." Did that stop Buhari from becoming president of Nigeria?
No.
They said Bola Tinubu is this, Bola Tinubu is that.
At the end of the day, here we are.
Is the leader of the party that has been in charge for almost 7 years now. They're Nigerians. You don't have to like.
More like face your business.
You don't have to like this candidate. Tinubu,
face your
Oshibajo, Umahi has declared, Abi.
Yeah.
Oji
Uzokalu. Anybody else?
Oh, there's a guy that declared, a young man, 40-something young man declared in Delta State the other day. There's a young lady that's declared. You don't have to like any of them. You don't have to
like anybody. Just,
But the one that you like is the one you should focus on. The more you people keep talking about Tinubu, the more you promote him.
Publicity is publicity.
You're publicizing him. You're giving him publicity.
You know, in what's it called, in media.
It's going to register in some people's subconscious.
Yeah.
When they get to the ballot box, if you think it's jazz, it's not jazz. They've
already, okay.
The truth is, a lot of the people who are going to vote for these people, they don't read these online publications. Mm-hmm. They are not on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook.
They're not.
The bulk of the people who are going to vote
are
on the streets. They don't care about those things that we all care about.
They don't.
And you don't have to like someone, but don't spend your energy.
Don't spend all your energy.
Do not
trying to discredit your energy. It's
always a bad PR move.
Very, very bad.
Always a bad PR move. You know, if you check it, it's an age-long thing, but it's happening now. Mm-hmm. The instant someone says somebody is bad on social media, for instance, Twitter, oh, this guy, he dated this person, he dated that person. Go and check the person's number of followers when the allegation was made. And then come back hours after. He grows. The person grows.
Don't even let us go far. Remember the issue with Governor Sanwo-Olu and the former governor? That was how he literally made someone else governor in the space of how many hours. But anyway, let's move on quickly from that. And we're going to the courts. There's a lot of story in the courts. First thing that we're going to talk about in the courts is Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is back in court today. And first news that we saw today was that the federal government has added another 15-count charge.
15.
Bordering on treasonable felony. which he has denied, and the court case has been adjourned till tomorrow. So they're going to begin that one also tomorrow. But before we leave Nnamdi Kanu's matter, another thing very interesting that happened in court today
during Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes, during the court case today was where the judge literally had to tell the DSS, that's the Department of State Services, that he must not come back in this clothes. For the past few weeks, same designer. It's the same thing he has been wearing. Where the defense attorney was now talking about that. See, this is what I was telling you. They're not treating him very well. They're not letting him do a lot of things and all that. But now the judge literally had to tell DSS that she doesn't want to see him in those clothes anymore.
Honestly, why are they preventing him from getting a change of clothes? Look, you already have the man in your custody.
You have him in custody. He's not even in prison. You have this
watertight security in place. What will it cost you to allow him have a change of clothes? I think it's not fair on anybody.
Worst case, scan the clothes before he gets one.
Make clothes for him if you don't trust the one that they are bringing.
Yeah.
You know? But whatever it is, it's not fair. It's not fair that
even hardened criminals, that people that we know that they're serial killers, they say that they're human beings too, and
they bring clothes for them.
No, so I think
they bring clothes for them. I know. I had a neighbor who used to go check one top Nigerian military man that was arrested one time, and he was going to court. My neighbor used to take his because they're both from the same place up north. He used to take fresh clothing to him. So whenever you see the guy, you see him, he's looking sharp when they come to court.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that whatever issues he was facing was almost as serious as what Nnamdi Kanu is facing. You get. I think that they believe they have a case against him, but depriving him of those basic things is really not. It's not necessary. But the security operatives would say they have a manual and a template, and they know what they are doing.
The thing is that it looks like they're not just finding it funny when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu.
But I'm glad that the judge has spoken and let him have a change of clothes. Let him even have more than a change of clothes. There's nothing wrong with him having access to his people on the regular
and all that. Yeah, it's very funny. So still talking about court cases, yeah? And Ikeja High Court, as remember a few weeks ago, we had talked about how Nigerian socialite Ismaila Mustafa, if people do not know anybody by that name, at least you know the name Monfa. He was actually remanded in court. The EFCC had arrested him on his way at the airport, coming back from wherever. It was at the airport, where they took him.
We talked about him last week. And now the Ikeja Special Offences Court has today granted Monfo bail following an application filed through his lawyer, and he was granted bail of 200 million naira with two shorties in like some. Now, I'm sorry. The very interesting part now that he has now opted to be remanded at the Ikoyi Correctional Center, saying that he is unable to meet the strict bail conditions. I have a question. Right. How is it strict? It is strict for him not to be able to meet it.
Strict bail condition? You are in court for about a 32 billion naira court case and another 6 billion naira court case. So
what you're expecting that he will go to the bank, withdraw money, give his shorties and say, okay, yeah, you guys will stand for him. Well, we all know, like, of course.
But we also know that those shorties too. Nobody wants to do shorty for anybody these days, because
we all know that bail is not something you pay up front. You're held, in lieu of.
Yeah, you're held in lieu, but it also means that you will also be investigated.
Oh yeah. So a lot of people, of course, will find it hard to say they want to, come to this. Except he has people who are extremely loyal to him and are that rich, and they will like.
And then you're sure that this person's money too is very legit.
Or not, at least they are loyal. Loyalty is important. Loyalty is the key word here now. It's not even about legitimacy or
No, it has to be legit, because if it's not legit, then you're probably putting that shorty into issues.
It's the shorty that will come forward regardless and say, you gotta let him go.
But if he's not now, what's he called? Wait. If he's not, if the person is investigated, okay, you have 200 million. Why did you get your 200 million? And this person lands in jail too, just because he's trying to be shorty to someone else.
Yeah.
Remember, a whole senator landed in jail because he was.
But the person was found a week after or 2 weeks after.
Exactly.
Ajekilano.
Exactly.
Can you translate that to English?
I don't know.
We'll get around to it.
I don't know. What's cried yesterday. Anyway, the truth is that we've seen how a whole senator standing shorty for someone and landed someone in jail. Maybe he has never even smelled police station in his life. He ended up spending 5 days in Kuje, in prison, just because he's too shorty for people. Please, see, I'm not ready to stand shorty for anybody. I'm just putting that there now. If you commit a crime, because I don't want to know you if you've committed a crime, so there's no need to stand shorty for you. If you think you
what a great friend you are.
I'm not. I will not commit crime, or I will try not to commit crime, so that I'm not looking for shorty. I'm just telling you people. Put it that there. We're in 2022.
Thou art an amazing friend.
I am an amazing friend. People that know me know I'm very amazing. Anyway, let's move on from that. And move to a bit of issues in the economy.
All right, if you're still listening to us, you are definitely listening to us, and you're watching us on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. Boom Radio NG. My name is Shola Rogers. Her name is Oladolupo.
My name is Oladolupo.
You know, the one and only.
The one and only. Thank you. You're not saying it properly.
Okay, she will say it now.
Just say Oladolupo, because you're not saying it properly.
Making a t-shirt that's going to have, the one
and only.
I am making that t-shirt, and we're going to sell it, and you guys are going to buy it.
The one and only.
The one and only. You guys are definitely buying it. You're buying it. We're making merchandise. Within now and next month, you're going to see our merch, man. Yep. Hoodies and stuff.
Yep.
Don't worry. We're going to run
We're definitely bringing it here.
So it's the Boomba on your Boom Radio NG, and on the Boomba we talk music, sports, entertainment and everything in between. We are looking at the crisis in Mali. We are looking at the crisis in Sudan. And hopefully in the next 24 to 48 or 72 hours,
we should definitely
have people on ground
in those countries.
Mali and Sudan who will be able to give us a perspective.
And the funny thing is, it's not just only AU or ECOWAS that is now talking about it. Even the EU is really beginning to talk about it in all these countries, and it's something that the world needs to really look into now. And so let's move off that and move on to a bit of issues with Nigeria's economy. Not issues, basically.
And we're still going to talk AFCON.
Oh, yes, we are. We definitely would. So I just want to rush through that. Now, today, President Muhammadu Buhari has unveiled a mega rice pyramid today in Abuja. This is in collaboration. It's with the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria.
Yeah. The Anchor Borrowers Fund.
Yeah, they're doing amazing work. They're talking about how Nigeria has moved to about 9 million metric tons in local production
of rice.
And they're really, really going on about how in the nearest future there's not going to be a lot.
In less than 4 years.
A lot of rice, not just
enough to
locally,
export,
but enough to export as well.
I'm glad that they've done something in the area of agriculture, and it looks substantial, right? Mm-hmm. This is a big deal. This is beautiful. This is nice. Again, you see the CBN doing a lot of stuff.
Yes, it's very. They're creating grants. They're doing a lot for agriculture
and a part of me feels that the CBN is doing this because they know that's what the economy needs.
Yeah.
But maybe they need to create a vehicle for it. Let the CBN create a company or a parastatal that is not the CBN.
The CBN
that they can fund and set up.
So all these issues goes.
This creative injections and influx of funds into the economy shouldn't be coming from the CBN. In my opinion, I'm not an expert. I just feel like, this were the things that we know.
Or maybe it's part of what the CBN should be doing that they never really did all this while.
Or is not.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's possible.
Or is not.
Yeah.
So we keep our open mind. Like, we're not claiming that we know too much. You might be right, and I might be wrong. I might be right, and you might be wrong. But my opinion, because we say we'd like to prefer solutions, create a vehicle for this. And these programs and projects should continue. Yesterday, I heard about another one for undergraduates.
Yeah.
You can get grants and stuff and all. There's funding for the entertainment industry still running. There's a whole lot of stuff that's available, And these days, the money is not coming through the means that it used to come through. Yeah, it's straight. You need to go through the banks and all of that. Go through the CBN and But I actually want to address something. The rice pyramids, someone made a video as soon as Twitter was released. One of the most unliked aides of Mr. President, a lady by the name Loretta Onoche, made a video, and she was wowed by the presence of the rice pyramids. I think it's a 2-minute video. I saw the video. And on the same thread that she put it, someone came there and put a picture of where a wooden frame was being constructed, a pyramid in wood, and rice was being stacked. Now, I don't even have a problem with that happening, because maybe you just want the thing to have a proper structure. But I took a closer look. I expanded the video and looked at the picture. I said, it's not the same pyramid.
It's not the same pyramid.
That one has a wider base and all of that. And I see people going at it like it's a fraud, like the government is being fraudulent. But they're not. Because I've seen the video, I've seen the pictures. So yesterday again, the farmers and the CBN and their OP, they had to release aerial shots of when the pyramid was being set up. And you know why I like the concept of this pyramid? It takes us back to the pyramids of Kano.
The Kano, yeah.
When produce
granite pyramid,
things that were made from our farms, were being, exhibited, showcased. And it showed how rich we were in agriculture. Then we let it go. Oil took over everything. I say to people, you might not like the government, and they might be messing up a lot. But before you push an agenda, let's make sure that you're on the right path.
Exactly.
It's the same thing when people were playing up what's happening with the military. Saying, this happened, they overran one military college and everything. Forgetting that the army came back and fought back and dealt with those people and recovered a lot of things. But we are celebrating negativity.
It's almost like
because we're being political.
Yeah. It's like you're happy that this bad things happen and all
that. To
your
brothers.
So, moving off that, still talking quickly on the economy and things being exported and imported. Last week, the NLNG, that's the Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas Limited, had talked about how they were going to add all their 100% domestic production will now be domestic. Basically, no exportation from their angle
of liquefied natural gas for a
at period. The moment. The point, basically, what they were trying to
drive the prices down,
so that it reduced the exportation of the importation of this, as well as what they're producing for the domestic market is just about 40% of what Nigeria uses.
I think it's a good thing.
And let me just so talking about that, and still on that, the federal government now said that they're going to inject about 10 million gas cylinders for sale nationwide. It says it's going to be subsidized, but they're actually the new set of gas cylinders that are safe.
Yeah, we've heard about how the cylinders expire after a while. I think it's 10 or 15 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have had theirs for like 20, 30 years or beyond or more, you know. And we need to be more circumspect. We need to pay attention to safety issues that has to do with gas and all of that. However, one of the things that I'm happy about is the decision to crash the prices of gas domestically. But I actually did a little bit of digging and I found out it was actually a global thing.
Oh,
the
yes,
price of gas went up globally.
Yes.
Remember, we had also a gas, an oil and gas
expert in the house,
in the studio. And maybe when we observe how this new mode is done, maybe we'll bring him back to update us
on that. Moving on from that quickly, yesterday the Vice President inaugurated the Committee on Sustainable Blue Economy, and there are governors on that committee. There's ministers, representatives from the military and security agencies. Basically, blue economy is that they're moving part of the economy to the seas. The seas is basically going to drive. That's what blue economy is. The marine world is basically, which is a way of moving off, diversifying our economy, also from just oil.
One of the most popular staples when it comes to seafood is sushi. And sushi is made with different ingredients, but also with seaweed. And you find seaweed growing off the coast of Nigeria, and nobody does anything about it. We see it as weed, as trash. But there are some African countries that actually export it. The same thing again for water hyacinths. Water hyacinths are seen as a problem on our waterways, but they are medicinal, and there are other things that they can, which brings the commercial value. Then again, the way Nigerian prawns.
Yeah, we know a lot of this. A lot of
in America.
A lot of our seafood is being exported and all that. So yeah.
So I like it when they come up with these ideas.
The implementation
is the implementation of it, and then breaking it down to brass tacks. How does this actually me and the other person positively?
Okay, finally, before we go, let's do a little bit of sports.
Is that the real finally? Because your finalies are
yes. I said let's do a little bit of sports before we go. We're actually almost out of time. And AFCON. Even if we don't talk about anything, AFCON has now moved to the match day 3 of the group stages. So it's the last set of group stages, and it started yesterday. It started with Burkina Faso and Ethiopia with a 1-1 draw, and Cape Verde and Cameroon. And officially, Cameroon is they did not win this one. What happened? I am wondering, what happened? They seemed like a formidable side
they
when
still
they started.
Are formidable.
They really did, but I feel that if they're going to get bits or they play a draw with Cape Verde, I would have felt Cape Verde at the moment is not even sure they're going to the next round.
Yeah, the human psyche, how people are like, we've already qualified anyway.
Or
so I feel that
maybe every other person they played with was not all that.
I won't subscribe to that. I just feel that maybe they just got a little bit complacent and they took their foot off the pedal, thinking, we've already qualified for the next
so
round
it's
anyway.
fine. So officially,
we don't need to fire on all cylinders.
It's Group A that we know that starts now. Cameroon has qualified. Burkina Faso has qualified. Cape Verde is hoping they could qualify depending on the results of every other groups, person. Yeah. Ethiopia is officially out of that Group A stage. They're going back home, as if they are not on their way home already.
Yeah.
And today, there are 4 matches going on. That is going to be at there are 2 matches at 5 p.m. West African time. That's Malawi and Senegal, and Zimbabwe and Guinea. That's Group B, and also Group C is Gabon and Morocco, Ghana and Comoros. I don't want to see how Gabon is doing. Has 2 of their players are out officially.
Yeah, Aubameyang has to go back to the Arsenal for medical assessment and all of that.
And I think Mario, I had that. There were two of them.
Then the other game that is going to interest a lot of us Nigerians and Ghanaians.
Yeah, Nigeria is playing tomorrow.
Ghana versus Comoros game. We're all hoping as our brothers in West Africa that Ghana will scale through.
No.
They have to beat Comoros.
I'm not hoping.
I am hoping that Ghana scales through.
Yes, I decided I'm not lying this.
No, I'm not lying. This is what I feel.
And that's you. I'm not. Don't say we.
The Ghanaian.
Because I don't feel like it.
Me and a lot of people who look at football objectively, the Ghanaian team, we must also understand that they're
not very wonderful.
They have 16 debutants.
Whose fault is that?
It's not a fault. It's just a team for the future. But I don't want them out at this stage. I'm being honest with you. Look, we might have this rivalry and all of that, but when it comes to football and the way they paid and everything, I actually don't want them to crash out now. And I know a lot of Nigerians are going to bash me for this, but it's fine. I don't want. Shatawale was not speaking for the football team.
Anyway,
he was
tomorrow tomorrow is Nigeria's final group stage game. They're playing with Guinea-Bissau at 8 p.m. Also Egypt and Sudan. So we'll know. We know
they're all
that
going to play at
the
same time.
Nigeria's qualified, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to actually.
The word from Garoua is that the coach is going to rest some players and is going to give some players who have not really featured a chance to actually
prove themselves
to people that look, we have a fantastic team.
Yeah, and
Peter Olayinka, who has not really played so far, might be starting as a striker. He's an amazing striker. I've seen him play in the Champions League. He's a good player. There are a couple of other players.
There are a couple of we also know
Chigozie Awazem is back.
He's back.
His injury is gone.
So
it might look like a team. Again, the advantage of that is that it allows your regular players to recuperate, get strong for the knockout stages.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. It's amazing. It's amazing. Well, finally, before we go, the Australian Open has begun. There was a lot of drama with Novak Djokovic. He's official, so on his way back to. He's probably in his country.
I saw a tweet this morning. Someone said, "No vax, no COVID."
Oh my God!
That's how the person wrote his name. Novak, as in no vaccination, no COVID.
No COVID. Oh my God!
I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Why do people do these things? Why do people do these things?
I repeat again. All he had to do was get the jab.
Or just get vaccinated. But sadly, we know that it's going to really affect...
A 3-year ban?
It's going to affect him now because whether he likes it or not, for you not to be in the Australian
points that is missing
they're definitely going to drop. It's definitely going to drop.
Yeah, because people will pick those points up. The points that he could have picked up with the amazing tennis that he plays.
Unfortunately, it's sad, but it is what it is. On that note, that is all we'll be able to take today on the Boom Bar. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll be back again tomorrow with a wonderful, wonderful show. We hope that you enjoy it and have fun. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.